Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And time to take on the final stage of the Chamber of Aspects that came with the 2.5 anniversary batch. This stage is geared towards a light magic team, which means Goddess of Destiny. Which, for those of you who don't know, and you have been playing for a couple of months now, it's the worst version of the Tempest Elite team. It's got the same kind of gimmick where you get those follow-up orbs that do damage after you send them. It's just that, this team came out almost a year ago. Just about a year ago, actually. And it's certainly not as good. And the Goddess of Destiny team also does not really receive too many buffs, which is unfortunate. You can also use Wielder of Magic and Wholehearted Devotion. Also, not teams that get buffed very often. I mean, we did get the Wielder of Magic meta with, Shinsha and everything, but that's an orange focus stage. And Soei has 1.2 million HP, very high attack. They want you to burst this stage down. You can use oranges, but he's got a lot of crit and pierce resistance. So the actual Wielder of Magic team will not fare quite as well here. So you do have to wait for this crit resistance to go down. He binds you, he nerfs blues. So we're going to go in with, the best Goddess of Destiny team we can currently build, which looks kind of like this. Mirren, Traya, Soka, the hero, Shuna, and Rain. I believe it's built for a turn 1 Traya orb change. Yes, it is. Okay. And then we've got Megamine, and then we've also got Wind Trainee underneath Soka. So hopefully between a 6-hand of greens plus these couple turn traits, we can actually get a protector turn 1, and maybe on turn 2 we can steal some orbs with Shuna. So let's first off see if that's actually the case or not. And then if not, then we'll just come back on probably turn 2 and wait until we get a good hand. But let's at least take a look at turn 1 before we get started. So 18,000 attack. That's pretty hefty right there. Okay. Normally I don't want to leave Traya up front, but because she's got Megamine underneath her, I kind of feel like I need to. And again, we just pray that we get 3 Traya orbs next turn. So let's go ahead and send this and see how it goes. Oh, weird. Not gonna get it. Okay, that's straight up not gonna get it. Even with the protection gauge, okay, that's fun. Increase. It'll put us up to like right here, maybe, or right at the curve, but certainly no more than that. We got 2 orbs for people. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it puts us right at the curve. So, awesome. Didn't get that turn 2 that I wanted, so we're gonna be right back. All right, so turn 2, we've got Traya orbs. That's perfect for a steal. He puts a bind on us this turn, so we have to live with the starting group that we wouldn't want here. So let's go ahead and use the future hand of orbs to guarantee us next turn. We have to leave the hero in, so we'll take Soka out for Rain, and we'll use her green buff skill. So that's 3 turns of 50% gauge increase for the greens, 2 turns of crit resistance down, which we're not going to really take advantage of here because we don't have the protector. And then we can steal these orbs with Shuna. So that next turn, when we are binded in, we are guaranteed a full hand of greens because we'll have the future hand kicking in and we'll be able to alt swap for free using Rain, or not Rain, but the hero. So there was that. I think, is 2 orbs? Yeah, 2 orbs will be enough to get us the alt because of that trait kicking in. So let's go ahead and swap the alt away. Let's use her buff skill right here. And, man, we might as well use this magic buff because it's going to be max power, huh? Yeah, we might as well. So Rain, in case you didn't know, her magic buff gets weaker on turn 4. So for the first 3 turns, if activated within 3 turns of the battle start, it's 40% magic attack and 20% resistance down. But if it's outside of the first 3 turns, it's only 20%. So we are in no position really to nuke on turn 3 at full power because we're missing gauge. So we might as well use it now. And we'll also use Mirren, who's going to give us guaranteed crits, the follow-up orbs, also increase in skill points gained from greens, and we've also used Shuna's attack buff, light attack, and crit damage. So now we can actually take advantage of those guaranteed crits. It's only crits to magic characters, though, which means that the hero will not get a crit. So, 67k a hit. So that's very good. Remember, the magic buff is also active, so we're doing a lot more. And we synergied that. That's nice. And here's the follow-ups. 33, 70k. He's already at half HP. Okay. That's pretty good. So now we are unbinded. So, I mean, we could do a few things here, right? We could send her away and bring in the other couple units, because we can send both her and Rain away, and we can probably get a full hand of green again, which I'm actually kind of inclined to do. So, can we get away with using this skill? No, we cannot. Okay, so, yep, you're both leaving. We'll bring Triya in for Rain, we'll save her ult, and we'll bring Sokka in for Shuna, and perfect, right there. So we'll steal some orbs, not steal, but we'll change her own, and then we'll change the rest of them. So boom, boom, full hand of green right there. Triya will have her ult, not that it really matters. The hero will have her ult. We can use Mirren, because there's no real point in saving it. She doesn't do anything if we double stack her or anything. And it will give everybody but the hero here crits, so it's just a little bit extra damage plus the follow-ups, which we already would have gotten because those are active for 2 turns, right? Yeah, 2 turns for the follow-ups. 23k, that's not bad, and then a few follow-ups here and there. Awesome. Alright, so this ult will... oof, that hurt quite a bit. Okay. So, let's get the hero debuff on. So this is extra orb damage plus the resistance down 50%. Boom. And then we can take the hero out for Rain. And then we can take Triya out for Shuna. Alright, that's a fairly decent hand. We can use the attack buff now, and we can steal some orbs, or we could use the magic buff again, which is now half power, essentially, because it's now turn 5, and it's 20%. Or we could steal into 6 orbs. I think we'll magic buff. Yeah. I think we'll magic buff. We'll find out if that was a mistake. But let's reapply the crits and everything, and then we will ult with Shuna first, since Rain does not have any additional effect. It's just damage. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. See how this goes? Shuna, we'll watch her ult. She's the nuker. I just pulled a dupe of her in one of my recent summon videos, so she'll hit a little bit harder than I remember, but not that much harder, because she's not maxed out or anything. 469. Alright, not enough to kill, but Rain here should be able to kill with her single target, because he only has a little sliver of health left. Yeah, I think it was better that we used the magic buff. And even then, if Rain didn't kill, we'd have the follow-up attacks. So 111. I really wish they would move that damage thing. Okay, well, there we go. There's the Gods of Destiny team clearing it in 5 turns. No one's dead, thankfully. Man, making an alternate team for this is going to be something, isn't it? Well, let's try it out. Hold on. Alright, next I'm going to try an Overlord team. The stage isn't built for stacking by any means, and we have only, one light character who's an orb changer. But, I mean, with Albeto's stun and the skill resets and the points that we might get here, I think we should be able to make it work. It'll just take a while, so this will be another pre-recorded section of gameplay that I'll voice over. Okay, so I recorded this a week ago. More than a week ago, so forgive me if I miss a few things in here. But turn 1, still built for a Bride, Triya orb change. And so now we're going to be banking on the stacking ability of Rimuru, the despair ability of Ainz, and the stun for Albedo. Because, as you can see, he does hit relatively hard, and if he really decides to focus on one character, they will die pretty quickly. So the faster that we can get more Rimuru stacks active to get us more points available and everything is going to be the most effective thing that we can get. So we're going to send Nabe last because she does have type advantage and she'll hit harder, at least right now, until we start sending like orbs with Ainz that are fully buffed. But, you know, having Albedo here does mean that if we can stun him, you know, reliably every turn, then we can save ourselves quite a bit of damage. So we're binded in now, not a big deal. We've got a good orb change here. The front line is all of this. So we'll go ahead and send this. After this turn, we should have plenty of points to where we can, you know, reliably stun and, you know, negate the damage that he would do to us. It's just that obviously we don't do a lot, right? Because our light unit's an AoE free-to-play unit. Albedo is, you know, Albedo, and then we have Ainz. So there's the stun. We've got 2 stacks of Despair on, and now we're just going to keep resetting over and over and over. The back 2 units, honestly, like, don't really matter. Shoutir, you don't need her. You could bring another Orb Changer, you could bring a healer for all I care. Realistically, you're going to run with just these 3 units up front. So it's not a super huge big deal. So boom, turn 5. All right, Despair damage, fine, but now we have 213 points. Look at this terrible hand, right? So we're going to have to do something about it. But we're also going to have to stun, because, you know, we kind of need it. So we could bring Triya in here and do her orb changes if we wanted to. And I think that's what I should do more than anything, but I'm thinking about it for a while. We should probably take Ainz out, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, no, okay. So Albedo comes out. We've already stunned, so it doesn't really matter that she's out. We'll just bring her back in. We'll use Rimuru. We'll reset, and then we can use Triya's orb change and the Despair. So continuing to have that 50% extra protection gauge on top of the probably 40% charm that I'm running right now. Shoutir comes in. Cool, fine, whatever. 57k, not a lot of damage, but we also are not buffed, are not running under a protector that gives us extra damage against Dark, and, you know, we're not that far in. And we're also not a burst team, so we're not meant to do hundreds of thousands or millions of damage in 4 turns. We're meant to do a literal butt-ton of millions after 8 turns. So, boom, orb change, cool, we have 300 points now to burn out through. Triya can go away because we don't really need her anymore, at least for this turn. So we'll bring Albedo back, we'll reset, and we'll stun again, and then we'll use the other orb changes, or we'll do those first and then reset. That way we're maximizing our resetting capabilities, and then we'll stun again. And this goes on for another, like, 4 or 5 turns or something like that. And, you know, if he can't stun, he can't kill you. Or if he can't hit you, he can't kill you. So as long as you can reliably keep him stunned, this will work out fairly well. If you don't have Albedo, though, things get a little bit more tricky because there's no one else you can really bring. Guy is not on Wielder of Magic. Alice is not on Wielder of Magic. Raphael is not on Wielder of Magic, so you can't really bring them. But, you know, if you can run the Goddess of Destiny team, then run that. And if you can't, then, and if you can run this, then run this. And then run the 3rd team that I'll show you guys in a couple minutes or so. But he's at half health now. 6 stacks of Despair. Good orb change hand right here. Well, almost a good. So, boom. And then we can bring Triya back for Nabe. Then use Rimuru, reset. Boom. Continually stacking. Like, at this point now, we could, as soon as we get ults, we could like double buff with both Ainz and Albedo, or triple buff, and Shoutir if we really felt like it. But I don't think I do that. I distinctly remember not using all of the buffs, even when I have the capability to do so. So we could end this fight much faster, probably, than what I'm showing you, if we were to play smarter, not harder. But hey, it's a good example of, you know, how this team is going to run in case you don't have Shoutir and, you know, another unit that can really buff you up that much. So, orb change, Despair, stun, same old, same old. Turn 9. So we're going to get the Ainz ult here. And we're going to... Okay, we'll what did that do? Okay, that gives us extra ult gauge. That's right. So we have another ult for Albedo, almost an EX ult. We have an ult for Ainz. So, I mean, here we could either just send it. Ainz will give everybody crit. He'll give himself magic buff. We could bring Shoutir in for the 80% ult up and the defense down. I'm not sure if I do. Doesn't really look like it if we're just going to send all 5 of these skills. But we have more than enough damage. And he's stunned again, and we have a whole hand of blues. Or greens. 88k, and Ainz does 300,000 or something like that. I can't see it. But there you go. Overlord team certainly can get the job done, as long as you cheese the crap out of him. Alright, so the final team is the pretty sparkle Idolmaster-ish team. We've got Idol Rimuru. We have access to Mirai and Shizuka. Not Tsubasa, who would have also taken care of the turn 1 orb change. But we do have free-to-play Shinsha and then Bride Xion. Shinsha also being on pretty sparkle. She's got a single blue convert. Xion has a single orange convert. So by combining those skills together, we can get the full hand of greens. And then Bride Shuna, also on pretty sparkle. So she'll get the invincibility, she'll get the stacks of magic attack, also the weakness strike, plus the live mode, plus the alt resistance down, and, you know, all that kind of stuff going on here. Okay, so turn 1, boom, boom. Full hand taken care of. I don't know why Tsubasa isn't also on wielder magic. She's literally shooting magic balls out of her microphone, just like these two girls are. But I guess, well, details. Okay. Let's go ahead and just do it like this, and then we'll bring Shuna in next turn. Hopefully we can steal into a nice hand. We'll send Xion last, though. She does have type advantage against, okay, counterattacks are not what I'm looking for. Also, we don't have access to Rimuru quite yet, so we're going to have to, you know, bank on that Shuna steal really helping us. And, okay, it did work out. Cool. Okay, so here, what we can do is we could either future hand of greens right now, but we're going to have access to Rimuru next turn, so I don't think we're actually going to do that. So we'll bring Shuna in, and we'll just simply steal those orbs. Idol Rimuru is resetting our costs by 10 points every single turn, so that's very nice. Let's do some weakness strike. Let's heal up Mirai. Boom. Okay, looking good. Yep, now we have Rimuru. He's got the protection gauge on Green's Charm. Okay, counterattacks aren't really that great, but as long as we can keep cycling Rimuru at a steady pace, I mean, we're going to be invincible. Literally invincible, so... Alright, cool, we're binded. Doesn't really matter, though. So, we'll do... we'll do Rimuru. We can send the ult from Shuna, because then just get it out of here. And now we can use the future hand, and let's do the live mode for Mirai. So this is going to give us the extra stacking attack. 10% because we are sending 5 orbs. I really don't care what order that goes in. If we had another green instead of an ult, that would have actually cycled Rimuru. But that's why we used the future hand right there, is because I knew we weren't going to get this, or if we were, it was going to be just barely. So we're going to guarantee that we can get the hand of greens. And now we can't take any damage. Boom. 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter. And, okay, we did get it, but we're going to hold on to it. Well, I mean, we can. We could take the ult as well, but we're going to heal back up here anyway, so let's do this. So, ult resistance down, live mode, weakness strike for Shuna, the heal right there, and we'll go ahead and send this. Boom, now we've got access to Rimuru, and by using it next turn, we'll be able to cycle him again. Not doing a lot of damage right now. We're not really hitting with a lot of, you know, Shuna orbs, but we're slowly building up our attack stats, so when we do hit, it hits, you know, harder than normal. Okay, 10,000. It's something we can come back from. So, all right, let's live mode here. I guess we can future hand again for funsy onesies. That way we don't have to use Rimuru every single turn, and we can hold him for the turns that we're actually going to need him. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I guess we could use her buff as well, but I'm not too worried about it. So we're constantly getting magic attack from Rimuru, constantly getting attack buff from the live modes, and we're going to continue to do more and more and more and more damage. Alright, counters don't matter because we're invincible. 18k, so this will be 36 or something, 40, okay, 40k, that works too. Alright, yeah, look at that invincibility. Defense down, does not matter. Weakness strike live mode. And we could steal the orbs. We could, but we don't really need to. Let's just use the attack buff, or light buff, right? Yeah, light attack, crit damage. We're not guaranteeing that we crit here, but it is what it is. It'll just help us do extra damage. We'll hold on to Rimuru. Now we have 2 in the bag. 27k, lowering magic resistance. 141, pretty good damage right there without the crit. Alright, counter. Unfortunate. But now we can be invincible for 2 turns in a row, at least. 68k now. Alright. Oh, cheeky counter. Love to see it. Oh, we're binded again. Doesn't really matter. Cool beans. Let's do the feature hand again. We'll do the invincibility. And he's going to get his ult, I think, next turn. So it might be in our best interests to just Rimuru next turn as well, because we are going to get it back again. 144, constantly doing more and more and more damage. So maybe there it would have been better to use the live mode from Mirai instead. Oh well. Future Hand gave us all greens. Yep, there's his ult. So it's like, we could do it. We could heal. We could do a lot of things right here, technically. We have enough for 1 more skill. We don't need to double up on the live mode. That doesn't really do anything for us. But I think we're actually going to kill. So let's just go ahead and use Rimuru to make sure we're invincible, so no one dies from this ult. And I think either this turn or next turn he will die. So 1, 2, and next turn then I'm thinking, because we'll have ults. This will do a lot of damage though. 64, yeah. He's dead next turn, because we're going to have... Oh. Thought we would have had a Shuna ult. But we saved ourselves the invincibility. And... yeah. Let's do that. Steal all the orbs. Cool. Live mode on. Light attack up. Rimuru invincibility back on. Magic attack. Send. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should kill. On turn 9. 44k. Mirai 17k because she pierced. Unfortunate, and there we go. 42,000 damage right there. So 3 teams that can take on the Chamber of Aspects Stage 4. This one, you know, the last 2 teams have been pretty dependent on you playing the game for a while, right? Idolmaster collab, Overlord collab. The Gods of Destiny team is not a good team anymore, unfortunately. Bride Shuna is still good, but everyone else around here is not that great. So this stage is probably going to be one of the more difficult ones. But let me know what you guys think. That's it from me. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all later.